is a fascinating subject because it brings up the proverbial catch-22 situation. When you have a phone like this, you know, it's got a touch screen, slider, great screen, everything looks good in this phone. You're paying just 10,000 rupees. Do you take a risk and buy that phone because it's cheaper? Or do you really look at the brand, the service, and the loyalty that you've built up for your mobile phone? This is, as I said, fascinating, and we're going to explore this topic today. But let's start by showing you 4 phones from Fly, a company called Meridian. The brand is called Fly. I'm going to show you these 4 phones. When we come back, we'll have the CEO of the company to tell us how do they actually get you, the customer, to buy their phones.
Let's start with the most interesting phone of the 4. This is the SX210, a slider form factor with a touch screen. It's priced at about 11,000 rupees on the street. About 14 millimeters thick with a weight of about 100 grams, this may well be the most inexpensive touchscreen phone in the market. The screen is a TFT with a resolution of 320 × 240. It has a 2-megapixel camera, can play MP3 songs, a T-Flash media slot, Bluetooth, plus it also has a TV out. Next is the Motor Razr lookalike, the SX240. This clamshell has a few extra built-in though. This is again super slim at 13 millimeters, weighs just 80 grams, and has a full-fledged autofocus 3-megapixel camera built right in. It can do video recording, FM radio, has 82 MB internal memory, a T-Flash slot, and also TV out. Strangely, the phone is more expensive than the Razr at about 12,000 rupees. The 2080 is a fairly normal-looking candy bar phone with a very unusual twist. It has a touchscreen, just 12 millimeters with a 78-gram weight and a 1.3 megapixel camera. The phone can also be used as a webcam. It does all the normal stuff too, like play songs, shoot video, and also has Bluetooth. It prices very well at about 7,000 rupees. The last one is the budget entry SX300, priced at about 5,000 rupees. This one still has a good feature set. It has a camera, though at PGA resolution, full color screen, Bluetooth, FM radio, speakerphone, and can also record off the radio. These 4 are a good example of what well-featured and well-priced phones can be. But do these make the competition wary? We spoke to Nokia VP and Managing Director Mobile Phones, D. Shivkumar.
Nokia has a very strong position in the entry-level segment. As I've mentioned before, the total subscriber base in the country is about 150 million subscribers. India will definitely add another 300 million subscribers in the next 3-4 years. The bulk of them will come from small towns and outskirts of large towns. It's important to have the right price-value product for them. There is nothing called an unknown company. If a brand has a certain promise and a value to the consumer will buy it. So all companies start small and then they become big if they have the value to the consumer, right, and understand that.
So that then are 4 phones from Fly, that's Meridian. And I have with me Rajiv Khanna, CEO, India Operations. Welcome to the show, Rajiv. Rajiv, we've done quick reviews of all the 4 phones. We thought these were some of the better ones in your portfolio. Interesting phones. But let's start straight away with, you know, let's not run away from the topic that Fly isn't really well known in India yet. I think you refer to it as a young brand. We say relatively unknown brand. What do you think you're going to do in the next few months to change that? What's your strategy?
Well, at the moment, we are working with the top 1,000 shops in the country. Okay. We have our ISP, which is the in-shop promoter, and we do a lot of below-the-line presence in these shops. Okay. So that's our prime focus to tell the people and to demonstrate to the people that they have an alternative.
But how do you say within the product, at the end of the day, it's just the product that will make you scale, right? If the product isn't there, people are not going to buy Fly. True. Right? So what do you think in your phones is that one USP or across the brand? Why would I? Okay, let's just put me into this. As a customer, why am I going to buy your phone and not, let's say, the big boy brands?
Well, I think that the buyer is becoming more and more discerning.
Okay.
The buyer goes out into the market. He's a replacement market buyer. He wants choices.
Okay.
And that's where we come in. He wants smart value. That's where we come in.
But within India, where, loyalty to brand is more than anything else, and for a personal gadget, a gadget like a mobile phone, which is now easily the most wanted of all devices, you carry it with you all the time. How do you break that loyalty thing? Because, like we always give an example, at one time in India, nobody thought of anything as a TV has to be a Sony. So how do you break the Nokia, the Sony Ericsson, and the Motorola albatross around everybody's head?
Well, like everything else, we first break into the channels, okay? Our attempt is that we pay much higher margins to the entire channel. Okay. And therefore we generate some kind of a push for our products.
Do you think the customer will buy this because it's cheaper or it's because it's got more features? Because that becomes a huge difference.
There was a time when a customer was very feature-oriented, but today he wants the feature and he wants to break away from the old. He wants new, slimmer, slicker, youthful designs.
But isn't that what every other mobile company is anyway doing? And maybe because they're much bigger, their R&D, the kind of ad spend and everything else that they're doing would be obviously bigger too. So how do you compete there?
We come faster. Our time to market is much faster than competition.
Which means what? You bring in more phones?
Which means we bring more phones, and which means we bring phones into the market much faster.
But one of the markets that you would have is the youth that doesn't want to use the same phones their parents used. They want something different. Is that one of the markets that you go for?
Youth is our main target group.
But Ajit, we did something very unusual. We took some of your better phones out into the market, like you said, the youth and everybody else. And without telling them what brand it was, we got them to rate these phones both on features and price. Let me show you this. When we come back, I'll get a reaction from you. Take a look.
This is a phone, a new phone been launched. Okay. I want you to go through this phone, go through the features, and let me know how much you are ready to pay for this phone. Just go through it. There's a SIM card in it. Function features. It has a VGA camera. It has colored screen. So go through it and tell me what you think this phone is worth for.
This is phone book.
Yeah.
Okay. $3,500. Yeah.
According to me, the cost of this phone would be somewhere around 15 grand.
10,000. About 3,000 rupees.
No more than 5,000 probably.
5,000. And if I tell you that this is a Nokia phone,
Is that Nokia?
then how much you pay?
If it is Nokia, then not more than 4. Probably still 5,000. I don't know.
Still 5,000. You're not brand conscious. Doesn't matter. The brand doesn't matter to you.
No, the brand definitely does matter, but I probably don't like the style of the phone. I mean, it is kind of handy. It's probably lightweight. But I don't know. I don't like probably the look of it. Yeah, as in, probably the features are same. It has Bluetooth and stuff. Yeah, probably considering those features, 6,000-7,000. But I don't probably.
If it's a Nokia phone, you're ready to pay till 7.
Yeah, 7, no more than that.
Not more than 7. The cost would be somewhere around 25.
Okay, that was my next question actually. What is the brand? If you give it to me free of cost, I would just get it.
5,000 rupees.
It's not a Nokia phone. It's a new company, and the name of the company is Fly.
Oh,
It's a new company, and the actual price of the phone is 5,000.
5,000?
You think you'll buy for 5,000?
Never, never, never.
Sure, I would. It's worth it because it got like good functions. Yeah, that's worth it.
I wouldn't buy this phone. I don't like the phone at all. No, I don't think so.
You know, this is a Fly phone, and the cost of this phone is 11,000. So you think you'll buy this phone? You think it's worth? You think?
Of course.
You will. Okay.
So like you see, people love the product and, are even rating it higher at some places like we saw. But this also begs a question, and that is, even companies like Motorola's new strategy seems to be lower price, maximum amount of crammed features and design. So how do you differentiate from, let's say, the new aggressive Motorola in India?
Well, as I said to you, that at the moment our focus is on the product. And even large brands have gone wrong where the smart value was not delivered to the customer. They may spend trillions of dollars trying to promote the product, but if the product is wrong, then the public is not going to accept it.
One more very important thing. Now, some of these phones, I'll use the politically correct word, seem to be inspired in design, right? Like for instance, this, very similar to one of the icons of slim phones right now from Motorola. But you're priced higher than Motorola for the same product. How would you justify that? I mean, as, you know, a customer, I'd be fairly taken aback if I was to look at this and the original look. How do you justify this?
Well, first of all, it's not so much of a look-alike. This is one of the thinnest 3-megapixel autofocus clamshell phone in the world. And it boasts of features far superior than competition.
What Fly can do and how high you're going to fly in the next 1 year. Hopefully we'll have you back to see how that progress report is. Thank you for coming on the show. So that then is a decision you need to take. Go out into the market, take a look at the Fly portfolio, the entire range, and make up your minds, is this something you need to buy today? We're going to take a short break. On the other side, we have the Sale Guru Value Added Service of the Week.